So this is the third and final video in the series. If you haven't seen 1 and 2, I urge you to go check them out, have a look at what we've been up to. You'll see the way we're working and our workflows. Thank you so much to AB3 for letting me do this, and the guys at Red Leaf AB for your content. Don't forget to go check out the AB3 website, look at the latest deals on software, check out their forum and their blogs. Right, on this video, we're basically going to focus on introducing to you BCC Title Studio, which I think is a supremely powerful, easily used piece of software. I'm going to stop talking so we can get on with it, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so in this video, we're going to have a quick look at how I created some of the titles. We're actually going to finish off the opening title. So if I explain to you what I've got at the moment, I've got my clips that we've been looking at over the last 2 videos, and then the actual opening title is in this little clip here. What I have is I have filler, and then all I did was I dropped the BCC Title Studio effect in there. If I just show you what I mean, just drag that in basically, and that gave me the effect. I then launch it as I would go into my normal effects editor mode, and then we'll just launch the title. Okay, so here you can see I've already started. This is the opening title for AB3 software. I'm gonna close it down. If I explain to you what we have here. So basically every title or every project lives within its own box, its own 3D container. This 3D container, or any 3D container, can contain other 3D containers, if that makes sense. So to break this down, I have a 3D container which contains the title in and this white kind of screen or tile behind it. If I open up, you'll see the other 2 containers. So you can see I have transformations for the main title container, which is this one here, the box. Sorry, the title container, which is the whole thing. So I could move the whole thing as one instead of having to move the individual components. I could rescale, move, that kind of stuff, add lights to the whole, what's the word I'm looking for, to the whole project as one. Or I can go into the smaller individual components. So the AB3 title itself has its own box, and within that title, or within their own container, you have the title itself, material information for the front of the title, and the extrude information and the material that goes with it, and the color, etc. And you have the individual transformations as well. We obviously have a box container, which is holds all information in for the tile or the box behind it, and the information for the actual color that's actually applied. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly make a title that will start at about this position once the AB3 title fades out, which is going to be roughly at this point here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add another title. So I've got to my Avid Media box, and then open up, and I'm going to click on Extruded Text. I think that's what I want to use. And as you can see, it's giving me another container within the main container box, or within the main container. Going to drag the start point down to where I want it to begin, so that's going to be like that. So you're going to put on playhead, you're going to have fade out, and then the new title fade in. Before we go now, I'll give you a quick run around the actual screen on the bits that I've sort of used the most. We'll start up here, obviously pointer, magnifying glass, hand, very self-explanatory. This little fella is a manipulation tool, so you can move whatever I'm selected on backwards and forwards. So for instance, at the moment I am selected on my BCC effects container, so I can move the whole container to the left, to the right, up and down as well. If I come down to this one here, it's a scaler, which is really useful. I quite like the fact you can scale things. And if you come down again, I get the ability to rotate objects on the fly, as you can see, which is quite useful when you're doing 3D stuff. You can obviously also do this from the control section, the controls tab up here, where you can actually start to, if you prefer using numbers, you can just type in the number, and that will correlate to that over there. This is for your pen tool for drawing paths, and then you have your rectangle tool and your oval tool for drawing shapes. So the rectangle tool is what I use to draw the tile behind it. So let's get into the actual text side of it. What I'm going to do, as you can see, I've selected on my Boris FS container, which now is going to become my company name. So I'm going to literally select the text, all of it, delete it. I'm going to put Assuming I've not mistyped anything, I'm going to obviously reduce the size there. So just select it all. I'm going to reduce this down to, I think it's 48, probably works well. And we're going to go look for a impact. I think that's going to need to be a little bit smaller, 36. That would work. As you can see, it's nicely spaced. I'm going to put that in center weighted on the page, on text wrap, and I'm going to also, I prefer it to be like that, so maybe I can actually get away with it being a tad bigger now. This is very much on the fly, as you can probably gather. What I want to do, I want to sort the kerning out between all the letters. It's a little bit too close and a bit rubbish, especially if you're doing 3D stuff. Let's start with 5. See how 5 looks. 5 looks alright. Let me push it a little further. I think we'll stick with 6. 7. Fair enough. We'll stick with 7. The leading, the space between the top and the bottom looks fine. So what I want to do now, while we're in this place, I want to check on my extrusion. My extrusions. Mac just has a little think. And the extrusion depth is 1.5. I'm going to just put it to 2 for now. And my extrusion material, at the moment, it sees 1 material, which means there's 1 material on the front, and it sees the front material as the same as the side material. I'm going to change that to 2 materials, so I can have 1 material on the front, 1 material on the side. Now, if I spin open my creative collective container, come on, there you will see now I have 2 material tabs. So front material color and color, extrusion material and color, and obviously you can add more and more and more as you get into more advanced level of stuff. So let's just go back to the main container. First thing I want to do is I would like to add a color to the front of my text. I'm just going to click on front material, color, come to material styles, and I think in keeping with the AV3 one, I'm going to just click on the polished black, or I do prefer, I think it looks better if there's many options. If I go for a plastic effect, I prefer the plastic effect on that. And then it's obviously saying, what should we do to the extrusion? Now the AV3 one is actually the one that I created just now, or a few minutes ago, is actually a gold, brush gold look, which if I now spin my text, we should hopefully, actually I'm going to do it by numbers so I don't get out of shape. Click on the main container and then go to my position, and I'm literally just going to rotate. You can actually see, you can actually see well there that there's a material on the front and then a different material on the back. There's a really nice feature on this which I discovered today, which was if you actually, if I take this back to 0 and I actually enable the text, I can actually spin letters individually, which I was wondering how you could actually do that, but that's quite a nice feature. And obviously then you could select and do individual letters, which is great. Every day is a school day, I'm afraid. So this is where we're at today. What I want to do is I want to quickly show you the different camera views. So you have the ability to see a quad view at the top, a 4-way split view. So your world, your top, your left, your bottom, your front view. I literally pretty much live in the world view, and my camera view is single view. So if I go back to my world view, gives you great positioning on where your lights are positioned. As you can see, the text is quite far away from the actual tile or screen. It's because if I rotate them, which I may do in the future, it's not going to actually go back through the screen, which would look awful. So I generally build the text in front so you get a slightly better way of looking. What I want to do now is quickly, before we finish, I just want to do a real simple twist of the whole text. So I come back to the main container because I'm going to twist the whole thing as one. I'm going to click on my spin. what I may do, I could probably get away with actually increasing the extrusion a little bit more on that, just to top shadow, and we'll just we'll drop that down a bit. It just gives a bit of a feel of depth. Then of course, if I wanted to move the lights, now the lights are contained within the main container information. So I go back to my main container, click on controls, which I am on. Can I see my lights? Oh, there they are. Helps you click on the light tab. As you can see, I've got two lights in play. I can turn them off individually or together. So there's the main light is on now. This is my second light, which is just sort of picking this up. If we want to have a quick look at the lights, we can go back to our world view. I find this always easier. Zoom out a little bit. You can see where the two lights are placed. So we can actually, as always, drag things in. We can put the light behind to sort of pick up the gold a little bit. Let's see what that looks like from the render view. I think I need to increase the work on the kerning on these few letters over here. I think that would be the way forward. But this is basically what we could do. I could quickly adjust the kerning there. If I just went to text, and if I wanted a space, tee out a little bit more. Let's take that to 10. That's better. And then the R and the E. If I want to increase the gap between the R and the E, I might put it to 7. Or the R and the C, I should say. And reduce the gap between the E and the R. We'll take to as kind of, we'll take it to 5. We won't do it like that, of course. Let's try that again. We'll take that to 5. Three seems to work better. What we can do is I get the impression that L and the E is also slightly out, so we can just adjust those ones there. We'll take that to 3, and maybe we'll space the L and the O a little bit better. Take that to 7, and the 2 there as well to 7. Oh, come on! Helps me look at what you're doing. Let's go back to text. Fingers and thumbs today. Okay, and then we want to reduce the gap in the E and the L. Well, I'll see how that renders out. I think that's the best way. And then I'm tempted to do a bit of a twist on it. I'm not really sure. Let's see a little bit of looks. Yeah, that'll work. That's fine. Okay, so that's where we're at today. And then I think we'll call it there for now, because you've seen how I've created that look. If you want to look at how the animation is set, as you can see, I have the animation key turned on, which is this key here. That's the animation key is turned on. This key up here. So if we go to Creative Collective container, and we have some information containing rotation, as you can see. It's set to tumble, and my keyframe is set to linear, as is the spin, and that is set to linear. And the last keyframe in the whole mix will be set to 0, as will that one, because I'm under the understanding that when BCC goes in, it puts a keyframe at the beginning and at the end of every track, as it's expecting some sort of animation to occur. And this is why we have this effect happening. So all I've got to do is build the fade in, and the fade out of these two pieces. And that's it. Right, so all you got to do, this is the beauty of it. I'm still within the Avid Media Composer environment. I just hit apply. That will now export to my timeline. Once I render that out in my timeline, that is ready to go. If that needs to be edited, obviously all I need to do is edit it like I would edit a normal effect. Thanks so much. I hope this was useful. We'll go into it in more depth. We'll do some more light stuff. We'll do some more textures on the next few videos to come. Don't forget to go have a look at the AV3 website for the latest forums, blogs, and deals. You never know. If you don't ask, you don't get.